children, welcome back to the series of our grammar classes. In the previous class, we discussed indefinite articles a and and the rules, how to use that indefinite articles. And today in this class, we are going to discuss the uses of this definite article the. Let's see what's the first use. Use number 1. Use the before a noun which is known to your listener. That means use the before a person or thing known to your listener. See, in the previous class, while we were discussing about a or an, we used a or an before unknown things to your listener. But I am talking about known things here. Let me take the same example what we will discuss today. My sister has two computers, a PC and a laptop. The PC is quite old but the laptop is brand new. See, in this example, in the first sentence, I used a PC and a laptop. Why? Because these things are unknown to you till I say this point, right? But in the second sentence, I used the PC and the laptop. This is because now you can understand what PC and what laptop I am referring to. So because of that reason, I used the here. So what is the first use that? Use the before a person or thing known to your listener. Here it is unknown, but here it is known. That's why I used here in the first sentence a PC and a laptop. And in the second sentence I used the PC and the laptop. And the second use. Use number 2. With the unique things. Unique. It means where there is only one such thing. That means take example, the sun, the moon, the sky, the world, the universe, and so on. See, I used the sun. Why? Because there is only one sun. Similarly, the moon, the sky, the world, the universe, like this. And here are a couple of sentences that everyone knows that the sun rises in the east. The sun. and Rahul traveled all over the world. The world. And some other words which we consider unique are the government, the police, the internet, and so on. And let's go to use number 3. Use the with the words refer to the nature or the environment generally. Use the with the words refer to the nature or the environment generally. That means we can use, for example, the countryside, the town, the mountains, the seaside, the beach, the weather, and so on. We can use the with the words refer to the nature or the environment generally. For example, the countryside, the town, the mountains, the seaside, the beach, the weather, and so on we can use. And next one it is use number 4 with objects of common experience. Suppose, for example, here I give in or at or to park or in the gym or at the movies, the newspaper, the shower, the radio. Like this we can use. See, objects of common experience. For example, I met an interesting person at the park. I met an interesting man at the park yesterday. Okay, and suppose the newspaper. Did you read the newspaper this morning? Did you read the newspaper this morning? say some common experience, the objects of some common experience, we use the. And let's go to use 5. Use 5 is used with some time expressions. Use the with some time expressions. That means in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, the previous day, the before day, the following day, the next day, during the summer or winter or monsoon. We can use the present, the past, the future, in the 18th century or in 1960s. Like this we can use. But there are some exemptions to use the in some time expressions. Let's see what are those. Use no article in these expressions. In these time expressions. Noon or night. Before these words we must not use the. And today, yesterday or tomorrow. Before these words we must not use the. And suppose every year or month or week or day. We must not use even that year. Suppose last year, last month, last week, last night. Even here we must not use the. And some specific years or months or days. That means suppose in 1984, we must not say in the 1984, months August, other days Sunday, like this. Before these specific names we must not use the. And let's shift to the rule number 6. In superlative forms. In superlative forms. For example, the best, the worst, the smallest, the biggest, the oldest, the least, the happiest. Like this we can use when we use this superlative degree form. Before this superlative degree form we use the. And next one it is with these words when they are used as adjectives. With these words when they are used as adjectives. See, for example, first, second, last, previous, next, following, same, only, like this. How can we use the first, the second, the next, the following, the previous, the same, the only, etc. For example, Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. To walk on the moon. The first. Before these expressions, when they are used as adjectives, that means describing words, we find them before nouns. We find them before nouns. Say man is a noun. Before the noun, we used the first. And let's shift to rule number 8. With the names of musical instruments. Musical instruments, that means the piano, the guitar, the violin, etc. For example, Harry plays the violin. Is it easy to learn guitar? To learn the guitar. Okay, Harry plays the violin. Is it easy to learn the guitar? Before the musical instruments, we use definite article the, and knife use. With names of scientific inventions. We use the with the names of scientific inventions. For example, the telescope or the telephone or the internet or the bicycle, like this. Before the scientific inventions, we use the, for example, the telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Before this scientific invention, we had to use definite article the. And next one, use number 10. With the names of body parts. When they are in some bad condition. See, we use the with the names of body parts when they are in some bad condition. It's mean, I give one example here. A tennis ball hit me in the eye or on the nose. A tennis ball hit me in the eye. The eye I used, or we can use on the nose or any other body organ. But before body organs, if they are in some bad condition, we use this definite article the. And next one, rule number 11. With some place names. Actually, before a proper noun, we don't use article. That we discussed before. We cannot use a Delhi, a Hyderabad, a Tirupati like this, or like a Rama or Sita like this. We can't discuss. But some places have the definite article the as a part of their name. The countries which have the in their name, for example, the United States, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, like this. These places, these countries have the as a part of their names, and there are some other places which have the in their names. Suppose seas or oceans. We can say the Bay of Bengal, the Pacific Ocean, like this. Rivers, the Nile or the Ganges, etc. And next, mountain ranges. The Himalayas, the best example is. And next one it is island groups. The West Indies, we can say example. And deserts, the Sahara, the Kalahari, etc. And hotel, the plaza, theatre, the Chicago Theatre, museum, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Like this, we can use the in the places names also. And let's discuss rule number 12. With family names. Here I give an example to you. We live next door to the Smiths. They are great neighbors. See, in this example, I used Smiths. Actually, Smith is a family name, and maybe the family members are John Smith, Mary Smith, and so on, the other family members in the family. So I used here actually plural form of this family name to refer the entire family, but before this family I used definite article the, and the last use is that to generalize. Talk about the people or things generally. For example, the small businessman faces more competition nowadays. See, the small businessman faces more competition nowadays. Here I am talking about small businessman, right? I am not talking about a specific businessman. Generally, I am discussing about all business people in this country or world. But whatever it may be, I use it to talk the before this noun in general way. Not only this, also we can use the rich, the poor, the unemployed, and so on. We can discuss in generally, and we use the to refer the names of the persons regarding their nationalities. That means we use the Chinese, the Japanese, the British. Even to refer the nationalities, we use the before that word. And I hope you enjoyed this class, and let's meet in the next class.